Hello everybody, and we're back with another All About You, and this is our holiday series, right? We've been bringing you programs on holidays and how you can economize during the holidays, how you can make the most of your holidays. So we want to know, how are the holidays going for you? Are you enjoying your holidays? What are you up to? Leave us comments and let us know how this series and how your holidays are unfolding, right? And today, Raquel, by the way, I'm not alone, I've seen me. Let me introduce you. Let me not take over. I'm with Raquel, and today we're going to be discussing something that is very common during the holidays. Holidays are times that we spend with our family, right? This is the time that we make the most of our family. We don't have a lot of time to spend with family during the year, and holidays is that time when we have the time to dedicate to our family. And one of the things that are common during the holidays is for people to spend on presents, right? And today we're going to be talking about spending on presents. During the holiday, you have your family and you want to make them happy, and generally we give presents to our family.
I think it's our culture already, isn't it? When you have this time of the year, you feel the need to give something to people. And there comes sometimes the problems. Many people, majority of us, sometimes we don't know how to deal with that, because you think, how am I going to arrive in the party or in that moment we're going to gather together
gathering
and come with empty hands, everyone giving gifts. And one more thing, you keep thinking, but wait a minute, last year she gave a bag so expensive to Morty. How am I going to come with a 20 pounds gift to her? So there start the problem, because you don't have only one family member usually, but you have a lot of people, and that is where many people sometimes get lost in their finances, because they want to please everyone, show her love towards people, and that's when they start getting to that.
They go over budget, right? A person doesn't think well about the presents. And I think you mentioned culture, and one of the cultures we have is that presents have to be expensive in order for them to be valuable, right? So people think, oh, like you said, first of all, you start comparing. That there is the problem. When you start comparing what you're offering to your family member to someone else, you start comparing what you're going to give to what someone else has given. So it's no longer you dictating what it is that you want to give to your family member. It's then that what that person has given that last year, or that friend gave last year, then it sets the bar of what you give. So that present is no longer about the person, it's about you. It's about you proving yourself, you comparing yourself, and you measuring up with other people. Then it's no longer a valuable present in that way, right?
Yeah, I think as well, Morty, we have this tendency, human beings, we want to fit in, and we don't want to be out. If everyone is doing, I have to do. Even if you don't have the way sometimes to do, you don't know how to do it. Sometimes people start using the credit card. They start. Sometimes they just clear the debt, and come this time of the year, and they go again into debts, because we have the need. Sometimes it's a human thing to fit in. So if everyone is doing, how come I'm gonna be different? Sometimes you don't think that to be different is a good thing. To be different, to be sometimes creative is a good thing. So we tend to follow what society dictates. If this is how you have to be, oh, this is how I have to be as well.
And something that we see that is common is sometimes you consider that person during that month of the year.
Sometimes that day, that night. But how have you been giving towards that person throughout the year? Maybe you are someone who's, you're always impatient, not impulsive, impatient with that person. You're always, keeping them at a distance, you fight a lot, but during that day, all of a sudden there's pressure to produce a present. So I think that presents can be given in many forms, right? And one of the best gifts to give your family member is to give them the best of yourself throughout the year. That's the beginning. When your relationships are special and they are worthy, presents become irrelevant, because you don't need a gift to make that person feel well, because that person already feels appreciated throughout the year. So whether Christmas comes and there's no gift, or holidays for those who don't
who don't celebrate Christmas, whether the holidays come and there is no gift, it will not make that person feel less valued, because throughout the year you have made them feel valued. So I think one of the first things that people have to consider in terms of giving gifts during the holiday is that that gift should not be the only thing that validates you before that person, because you have an entire year to build and to give, right?
Imagine, Moti, sometimes this wife, let's give an example, she doesn't respect her husband throughout the year. She doesn't do things that sometimes he asks her to. She doesn't give much attention to her children, so on. But at the end of the year, she comes with a very nice watch to her husband. So maybe she spent what she could and what she could not to buy that watch, that expensive watch, to him. He's gonna be happy, he will appreciate. But a few minutes later, he asked her to do something. She's like, hi, I'm too tired. Can't you see?
Yeah.
I've been working the whole day to prepare this dinner. I'm tired. And he gonna forget.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're gonna even come and complain, look, now we don't even have money because you decide to buy something so expensive. But at the end of the day, it's not if it was expensive or not. It's because that person was not a gift to that other person throughout the year.
Yeah.
And sometimes many people want to compensate the bad behaviors with a very good
expensive gift.
Yeah.
And we see that that's a selfish way of giving a gift. You're not giving the gift for the benefit of the other person. You're giving the gift for the benefit of your conscience. So it's that husband who has, who has just, his wife has just found out that he's been having an affair, and so he's like, okay, now I have to make her feel better, so I'm going to give a gift, like you said, to compensate. But it's a gift that's a selfish gift and not a gift that's meant to give value. Because when you value someone, when you truly value someone, that value doesn't last just a day. That value doesn't just last the time that you give a gift. It's something that you carry inside of you. So if you truly value, you're going to value that person in how you speak to them. You're going to value that person in how you treat them. You're going to value that person in how you consider them, how you give in arguments many times. Sometimes we kind of think, oh, in order for me to show value, I need to stand my ground. But not really. When you give in, you're not losing value. When you give in, you're showing that other person that I value you. And so that is something to consider. When holiday time comes, is your gift a gift that is a gift of compensation? Because throughout the year, you haven't been who you're meant to be towards that person. Is that gift a gift that's meant to right the wrongs that you committed throughout the year? Is a gift that you're giving because you're comparing yourself to the other person?
It's a gift that it shows that you just wanna fit in.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be accepted. You want to do what everybody is doing. A gift can have a lot more value. A gift can have a lot more value that is not attached to its financial worth. A gift can mean a lot more than what it is financially worth. And we're going to be talking about that when we come back from this break. We're going to be discussing how your gift can be valuable. How can you give valuable gifts to people around you and not need to spend a lot of money? So stay tuned. After the break, we're going to continue this conversation. And we're back discussing gifts during the holiday, right?
It's a very good time of the year, right?
Exactly. We all love to receive gifts, right? But what we've been talking about, we promised to come and give you advice on how you can give the best gift during the holiday. And what we're talking about, Raquel, you know, the best gift that we can give our family members is ourselves.
That's true.
A gift, I mean, imagine you giving yourself to that person, right? It's a gift that's more valuable, and that's what many people fail to do throughout the year and even during holidays.
Yeah.
Many people we see that many people tend to be very selfish during the year. They tend to be focused on what to receive from that other person. Oh, this person is not being patient with me. Oh, this person is not this. Oh, this person is that. So they're always focused on receiving from the other person. But very rarely do we find people whose focus is to give to the person around them, is to understand the person around them.
Yeah, when you think, Mott, when you stop to think, you're gonna realize that a gift can never cover, you know, or exchange your behavior. So if you have been a bad son, a bad daughter, a bad wife, or a bad husband, a gift will not change the way that person sees you. You will still be seen as a selfish person or a proud person, or you know, a person who just think about yourself, or an emotional person. So the gift you give, it doesn't matter if it's 20 pounds or 1 million pounds, these will not change the way they see you. So if you stop to think with us as we were here and developing this subject, you're gonna realize you can be, or you should be, this gift. Throughout the year, when you sacrifice sometimes your will to do something your husband is asking you to, when you sacrifice your time to be with your children. I remember sometimes I would see my mom could not be there, but she would sacrifice to be there. I could see that, although I was small, was a child, and I would appreciate. So that for me was a gift.
You mentioned something that is similar to the experience that I had, because I was very spoiled as a child, right? Of course, I received physical gifts, but you know, the gifts that have stood out for me are the times that my mom spent with me, laughing with me, playing with me, how she made me feel she made me feel important. So I don't remember the Monopoly boards that she used to give me. I used to get a Monopoly board every year, and I already knew what my gift was. It was a new Monopoly board, because by the end of the year, the board would be spent, because I loved playing Monopoly so much. Yeah. So it wasn't that Monopoly board that she used to give me that stands out till today, but it's her dedication towards me. It's how important she made me feel. And that's the objective of a gift. The objective of a gift is to show how much you value that person. So why not show how much you value the person throughout the year? And how do you make the person feel valued? When you meet their needs, when you put their needs above yours. It may seem like, oh, but who's going to take care of my needs? Isn't that a gift? When you're giving a gift, what are you doing? You're taking money that you could be spending on you, and you're spending it on someone else to say that I value you more than I value myself. So why not do that in actions throughout the year, right? Show the person consideration. Many times we tend to be selfish as people. We tend to have this mentality of this person has to consider me, but we don't really take time to consider people around us. Do you even know what your wife needs from you? If you were to write down a list, would you know what are the needs of your wife, of your husband, of your child, of your friend? Do you know? Can you cite them? Can you say, look, I know that my friend needs me to be more patient with them. I know that my friend needs me to be more available. Supportive. Do you even know? Maybe you're so focused on what you want from them, which is the culture of nowadays, right? We go into relationships with a list of what we want. We have a list of what we want. I want to receive a husband who's going to take care of me.
I want to be happy.
I want to be happy. So we approach relationships with a list, but do we know what it is that people need from us? Do we know the list of the other people around? And that's what a gift is. A gift is you valuing someone else above yours. And that value is not limited to a day, is not limited to an hour. That value is a value that you show throughout the year, right?
That's the best gift, Marty.
And so we've given you food for thought. Are we saying to you that you shouldn't spend money on buying gifts for your family? Not at all. But that you should spend time on giving gifts that are more valuable than financial gifts, than material gifts, which is you, right? Give the best gift to your family, which is your time, your consideration. And we've given you a lot to think about, and our time is over. So we're going to come back next week to finalize this series of holidays, right? We're going to come back with one more tip on how you can make the holidays more effective, more valuable. So see you next week.
Bye bye.